Good afternoon. RiCardo Whylly attended Morehouse College, Atlanta, Georgia, and graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and International Diplomacy. At the recent state convention of the Improved Benevolent Protective Order of Health of the World held in Nassau, May 22nd through the 25th, 2015, Mr. Whylly was elected the state president for the Bahamas. Mr. Whylly is a community activist in the Farm Road and Grandstand communities. He is the organizer and founder of the Bahamas Outstanding Students Foundation Awards program. This program honors students throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas for their outstanding academic and athletic accomplishments who have attained a GPA of 3.0 or above in both public and private schools. He currently serves as the president of the Bahamas Outstanding Students Foundation. Mr. Whylly serves as the chairman of the annual Joe Billy Blind Blake Festival that is held in Nassau during the first week in December on Market Street in the Farm Road and Grandtown committees to celebrate the contributions of Joe Billy and Blake Alfonso Higgs, better known as Blind Blake, two Bahamian icon musicians. Mr. Whylly is a founding member of the Progressive Young Liberals and served as the first national chairman in 2002. Mr. Whylly was appointed a senator and is a stalwart councillor of the Progressive Liberal Party. He is presently attached to the office of the Prime Minister as a special assistant to the Prime Minister. Mr. Whylly is a founding member of Epiphany Methodist Church in Nassau. He is active in his church and serves as the Congregational Board Chairman, former Chairman of Board of Property and Investment, and Vice Chairman of the Congregational Board. He married to Otelia Pinder Whylly and is a proud father of Travani, Otelia, and Joshua Austin Jurique Whylly. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. RiCardo Whylly.
Thank you very much. That's the introduction, I call it. As they pulled out a lot there on me. Some of those things I don't like to use, but be it as it is what it is. But Madam, Mr. Moderator, Mr. Principal, Mr. District Education Officer, Chairman of the President of the PDA, and Mr. Chief Counselor, my childhood friend, Superintendent, graduates, parents, and as I look out, I see my cousin Emily, who was here from Grand Bahama. She is from Venice Harbor, where I'm from. And then I look out and I see my minister, Reverend Manette, is here, and all those other persons that I may only know by face and not by name. A pleasant good afternoon to you. I don't know about you, but I feel good today. How about you? Yes. You know, this is the occasion I always tell parents you need to be screaming and shouting. Don't sit up like you in the courthouse where the judge say, keep quiet in my court. This is an occasion to celebrate the success of our kids. They have done well. Now I have a written speech and I don't know whether I ought to use a speech or I just ought to speak to you. On your program they say a message. In my church when you have a message, that means you want me to preach. But I'm happy to be here, Mr. Principal. Back again, I was here earlier this year to recognize your outstanding students. And they have done extremely well. Let me start firstly by saying congratulations to the class of 2015. Let's give them a big round of applause. There can be no question but that is a moment of extreme importance in the lives of the young women and men who sit in front of us, as it marks moments of transition and signals a rite of passage from one phase of life to another. there is not only so in educational terms, but is also socially, as many of you will be leaving the security and the familiarity of this institution, your families and homes, and this community to venture forth into uncharted waters in an unknown world. Maybe here at home or even further away as you seek to further your education, learn a skill, or enter the job market. This morning, ladies and gentlemen and graduate, is a turning point in your life. And as we say, you are becoming your own man and woman. This may sound like a joke. It must not be taken lightly. Becoming your own man and woman calls on you to take on responsibilities and to keep a level head and to realize as never before that you have only yourselves now to blame for your success or your failure. With this as being a beginning, I just want to make a few observations to you, the graduates. The first is that the key to a graduation speaker is that it should be long, long, long. I can speak for 2 hours with no problem, but it ought to be short. I've been through several of them in my lifetime, and I know that the last thing in mind of the graduates is to take in a lengthy speech, right? Your attention focus on holding on to that diploma or certificate and other awards and then getting out of here is more important than anything else. In this respect, I can assure you that I will not speak for more than a few minutes. That sounds good, right? The second thing is that very little of what I shall say or what the principal and others will say would remain with you. Find me the graduate who can remember after 5 years or 10 years what was said on the occasion of their graduation, and I will give them perhaps a cash prize. But there are some things that must be said, and I will leave 3 brief thoughts with you. And as I look over at my friend with the beautiful little ribbon in her hair, I remember her from last time, right here, number 2 in the show, who sang for us. Very beautiful words. My first point is, make something of yourself. Isn't that right? The most obvious thing is that you are all fortunate to have reached this juncture in your life and in your educational attainment. This morning, all across the Bahamas, young men and women like yourselves are going through similar exercises. Up until yesterday, I was at a graduation, and the day before, and tomorrow, and next week, I'll be at several other graduation exercises. This has all been made possible because of your dedication and commitment, but also it has been made possible due to the attention and nurturing of your parents or guardian and that of your teachers. They have not only invested their scarce resources, mind you, to house and clothe and support you, as in the case of your parents, but they have ensured that you have reached this goal. Sometimes much hardship, parents, teachers, trying to scrap to make it work, trying to go here to get it for your daughter or for your son. They gotta have it, and they coming home looking in your face. What you gonna do, mommy? What you gonna do, daddy? Or teachers say you gotta have it. It's hard work, a lot of sacrifice. In the case of the teachers, you came to them with a clean slate, students, and a blank page. Slowly, And one step at a time, they have filled up that slate and written out the page with knowledge. That you know how to read or comprehend is due to them. You can speak and understand a foreign language is due to them. That you can understand geometry, work out equations is due to those teachers. That you can run and jump and play sports, etc. is due to them, the teachers. In short, your teachers took an empty vessel and have filled it with knowledge, if you would have retained it as they gave it to you. Look at them now, parents and teachers, look at them. Fine-looking young men and women, bursting at the seams, excited to walk out of here today, into the future, where the light beckons. All of this imposes on you an obligation to make something of yourself. You cannot always reward your parents or your guardian or even your teacher in terms of monetary terms for all that have benefited you. But the best way of demonstrating your gratitude is to show them that you can succeed. You can become someone. You can become the doctor, the teacher, the lawyer, the banker, the preacher, the principal, the chief counselor, the district education officer. You can become just that if you set your goal and go after it. Now, making something of yourself, there have been so many young men and women like you who have had the benefit of a first-class education. And 10 and 15 and 20 years later, they have nothing to show for it. In your individual cases and in all circumstances, I want you to defray the odds. You have a foundation on which to build and grow, and hearken to hard work. You can be responsible young men and young women. It is you that must take on the responsibility for that direction which your life will take. Be serious about it when that time comes, and it is starting now. My second point, set realistic goals. Set realistic goals. Set realistic goals. I'm repeating that again because I really want you to understand to set realistic goals. This second theme flows from the point that I have just made. In seeking to make something of yourself, you have to set goals, but it is important to set realistic goals. To set realistic goals call for critical self-examination. You must look at yourself and say, I want to become a teacher. I want to become a banker. I want to become a policeman or a Marine in the Defense Force. I may want to become an engineer. I may want to become a doctor, a priest, a successful contractor, and so on. These are realistic. But saying and wishing to do it will not make it possible. All of the desired careers and more that a modern Bahamas need cannot be achieved if you do not realistically set your goals. For example, if you want to be a doctor, what are the steps that I must take? What preparation courses that I must pursue? Do I have the discipline? The point is, do not say you want to be a neurosurgeon and you have not taken the first step to achieve that which you must pursue. Let's be real now. This is the time. This is the moment. The doors are wide open and the future beckons. And here, let me make this point. 20 and 30 or 50 years ago, to move beyond a high school level education was difficult in so many respects. In the first instance, one needed to go abroad, and to do that, one needed to have finances. Today, however, nearly all of the training and development that I have mentioned are obtainable locally right here in the Bahamas. Isn't that wonderful? There is the university, the College of the Bahamas, which is now offering degree levels courses. There are other external programs offered in Nassau. There is the BTVI, which is excellent in preparing one with technical skills. And yes, even for those who need to rewrite BGCSE examinations, these can be done at various institutions right here, right now in our country, with no problem at all. The point is, there is no excuse for you. There's no excuse for you succeeding, but you must set realistic goals. At age 17 or 18, 10 years might seem a long time away. But if you truly want to be a neurosurgeon, or a pastor, or an accountant, you would just be arriving 10 years later to that goal set. Be realistic, be patient, be sure on the journey that you wish to embark upon. Do not succumb to pipe dreams. Do not succumb to pipe dreams. Then be patriotic. Be patriotic. Finally, it would be remiss of me on this graduation morning if I were not to urge on your sense of patriotism. You must love your country, the Bahamas. The Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry G. Christie, in his budget communication 2 weeks ago, made the point that we must build a new Bahamas based on 3 pillars. 1, we must build a safe Bahamas. 2, we must build a prosperous Bahamas. And 3, we must build a modern Bahamas. As you reflect on this, think about what your role is in all that it can be to build this Bahamas. These objectives will not be attained overnight, and I dare say that not all of it will take place in our generation, and maybe well fall to your generation. But we can only achieve this if each of you, with a sense of pride and love for your country. You cannot be proud of your country if you engage in antisocial behavior, I must say that. We cannot be proud of our country if we despoil our environment. We cannot be proud of our country if we disregard the rights of others and if we are intolerant of the rights of others. Earlier I heard how you were cleaning the beaches, and you were doing this here, and you're going here and there. All of this helps to make and mold a better country. And you're getting it all right here in the Bahamas. And you're taking what you get. And I see that you're going in exchange programs in the United States and other parts of the world, taking those experiences with you. That's the first big step to being successful in life, to being shaped and molded in the kind of citizens that we need here in the Bahamas. It may sound out of time, but we cannot be proud of our country and our heritage if we adopt and buy what you call that junglist type of behavior in order to believe that we are cool or in tune with the rest. Now, you in the Family Islands, that term junglist is normally used mostly in the city. And I know some people from the city come to the island and try to bring that junglist in here. But I want you to squash it out, kick it out, chop it out, whatever you need to do to get it out, don't let it get into Cat Island. And those Cat Islanders who move to Nassau and pick up those bad habits in Nassau, don't come to Cat Island to bring those bad habits back here. Because you know better when you leave from here, and you should know better when you come back here. Am I right or wrong? It's only a matter of time before the rest will run into a solid wall and realize that life is not about fun and games. So be a patriotic behavior. I close by once again offering my congratulations to one and all. If I could fast forward to the future and look in the faces of each and every one of you in your 20-25-year achievement, a short 10 years from now, what will I see in the face of the new boats? What will I see in 2025? What will I see in the face of the head boy and the head girl? What will I see in the rising celebrity singer 25 years from now? Where would you be? What would you be doing? Will you be happy with your achievements? Well, time will tell. Time will tell. And so, the nurses and the doctors and the principals and the chief consulars and the bankers that sit here today, the future is wide open. It's waiting for you with a clean new slate. You've now finished your first journey and about to embark on your final journey of life. You are now entering the real world. The world where you have to pay to stay. You have to pay the light bill sooner or later. You have to pay the water bill sooner or later. And even that cell phone, you gotta start paying more now. Mommy ain't gonna give you $5 to top up. No more. You will be on your own job, or you will be in your own college, or you will be in your own home, where the rent will be due, and the mortgage needs to be paid, and the car note needs to be paid if you want to ride that nice Mustang or that Cadillac or that convertible. Hello, somebody. Or even that Mercedes or BMW. Somebody might want to drive the Jaguar. Whatever you do from here on, my brothers and sisters, mommy and daddy and well wishers can only take you so far. And in most instances, the furthest mommy and daddy will take you is to a BA degree, to college. And even in college, you might find yourself working to meet ends while you are there. Because the money what daddy and mommy gave you and the scholarship that you may have received would not have been enough. You might have to call Mr. Road, your principal, and give him that big laugh and say, brother principal, you remember me. I need 150 here to come down right now. Or you might have to call Mr. King down south and say, you remember me, hey, when you came down to Alderstown High School, I used to take your picture. Or I used to take your bike. I need a slow 100 to go on my school fee. Or you might have to call Reverend Manette down at the Methodist Church and say, I know you teach, but I know you retire. I know, give me some of that pension, because I need some help. Or you may call Miss Kennedy, who is the vice president of the parent-teacher, Miss Kennedy, that's right, and say, you know, Miss Kennedy, you take us away sometime, but look here, where your connection is over here. I need that additional scholarship assistant. That's what it's all about now. And even those who may not go off, you have to call these same persons maybe to tell them, look here, the house roof leaking, and I need some shingle. What you can do for me? The president of the parent teacher, you're a contractor, right? No. Then you better be one, because they can need you. But ladies and gentlemen, students, all I'm saying to you, things now change. Principal Roll and the teachers here, Ms. King and Mr. Duncan and all the rest of them, have brought you as far as they can bring you. And now they're going to let you go like a dove in the air so you can fly. Ever so you are their eagles that they're letting go finally out of the nest to soar as high as you can. Not only your teacher and your principal want to be proud of you, but your parents want to see you soar higher than they would have. Not only your parents want to see you soar, but your community from which you have come wants to see you soar as high as you can go. Higher than B.K. Barnaby, who became the commissioner of police and an attorney at law. Higher than Cousin Buller, my cousin James Campbell, who have been a mold here at this institution and from Cat Island. Higher than Emily Thurston, who moved the Grand Bahamas to be a teacher. You need to soar. You need to soar. Everything that you have needs to be reinvested right here in Cat Island. Cat Island is on the breaking edge of becoming more than you can imagine. And you must be equipped to take it to the next level in her life's journey. As Mommy and Daddy and all of us fade off the scene, you will be the new principals and the new teachers and the new district officers to take Cat Island to its final destination. Do not get bogged down in the city. I can't say it enough. Do not get bogged down in the city. Bring your knowledge, your expertise back here to Cat Island. Build Cat Island. Cat Island needs all of its sons and daughters to come. And if the city becomes your home, create a second home right back here in Cat Island. Come on the holidays. Come for the special occasion. Come to celebrate Grammy and Mommy's birthday. Come back home. There's no place like home. And so, as you go, I didn't plan to be this long, but I think you need to hear it. As you get to walk on this door to party, don't give the superintendent no problem, because he don't want to lock up you on your first day in the real world. Celebrate, but celebrate positively and wonderfully with families and friends. And I look forward to great things, Brother Principal, from all of them. Let's find some scholarships for those who want to go to college. Let's find some jobs for those who want to go on the job. Let's get some of them in BTBI. Let's get whatever they need. Call me and I'll help you to make it work. God bless you, God keep you, and God encourage you on your journey. Thank you very much, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Class of 2015, as Mr. Whylly stated, you have only yourself now to blame for your success or failure.